It's the last day of Hispanic Heritage Month, and you know I couldn't let it go by without making something from another Puerto Rican pattern designer and sharing a little something about Puerto Rico. So let's get to it. I'm Mari with Mari Sews, and welcome back. So today I wanted to tell you a little bit about the streets of Viejo San Juan and their blue cobblestones and what's so special about them and how they inspired this Mimi G Cacoon Sweater. Because I knew that I wanted to tell you all about those blue cobblestones, I wanted to pick up something that had reminded me of it. So I got this really nice flip sequins from Joann Fabrics, and it's blue on one side and like gold and rose gold on the other, and it's actually on velvet. Let me see if I can show you that. It's really fun, and actually it feels really luxurious. So I got 2.5 yards of that, and then I also lined this all with some knit that I had in my stash. It's a thinner knit. The reason why I decided to line this is because, look, sequins will cut you up. For real, it's like getting into a knife fight. Every time your arm moves, you're gonna get cut. So I make it a habit to just fully line whatever I am making in sequin. And you can see I've encased even that sleeve seam right there, so that way there's no sequin on the inside. If you've never done a Mimi G tutorial, let me tell you, they're pretty cool because there's no patterns involved. You just go to her website, you just go to her website and choose a tutorial you want, and then you get access to that video. And in the video, she tells you how to measure yourself and how to measure it out on your fabric. So you actually make the markings on your fabric and then you go in and cut it, which is really, really kind of fun, super efficient, no patterns needed. I really love her tutorial. In fact, I love Mimi G so much. I have tons of her simplicity patterns, and I've actually done quite a bit of her tutorials from her website. I started sewing about a decade ago, and that's about when I found Mimi G, and she really inspired me because here she is, a Puerto Rican with hips, big thighs, and it was just something that I could totally relate to. And she was owning it, she was loving it, and I was like, yes, I'm gonna follow her. And 10 years later, here we are, right? You might be wondering, how the heck did this blue and gold sequins remind me of the streets of Puerto Rico? Well, let me show you a picture of the cobblestones. Okay, so they're that really cool, like blue color. Well, to tell you the truth, they're not cobblestones at all. What that material is, it is slag that is left over from iron smelting over in Europe. So back in the day, when the ships were coming to Puerto Rico, what they would do is they would load all of that slag into ships that otherwise would have had no cargo. It's called ballast, and they use it as ballast. So that way, they wouldn't capsize when they're out in the oceans. When they got to Puerto Rico, they would basically just kind of like toss it out there and replace it with gold or sugar cane, things like that. What they found was that those little like brick slags that they had brought over were actually pretty good for paving the streets of Viejo San Juan. So that's what they did. They basically lined all the streets with the iron slag, which is pretty resourceful if you ask me. But let me tell you, do not try to walk on those cobblestone streets with heels on, because you will break an ankle, twisted at best. So if you're going to be walking these cobblestone streets, please wear the appropriate footwear. In fact, I think now they're starting to remove the cobblestones and they're replacing them and kind of like paving it like normal roads to make them more even, I guess, so that they're not as dangerous. Because they've been replacing a lot of the cobblestone, you might have to go to Calle Cristo to go and see them. So go and check them out. And there's actually tons of amazing things to do in Puerto Rico. It's one of my favorite places. So make sure that you do all the touristy stuff. Drink a little rum. Eat some great food. And look fabulous in your sequin cocoon sweaters. I mean, because why not? On a side note, if you catch me in one of my work Zoom meetings, I'm going to be looking fabulous just like this. Well, thank you so much for joining me for Hispanic Heritage Month and letting me share my stories about Puerto Rico with you. If you've enjoyed these videos, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to ring that bell because that'll let you know the next time that there is a new video posted. Well, until I catch you, I hope that you have a wonderful day. Bye. Adios.